All right, welcome to page 43. Similarly to the last worksheet, we are going to have two fair coins that are simultaneously tossed. As a visual, I'm going to draw out coin number one and coin number two. When we flip coin number one, it's possible that it will land on tails, and it's possible that it will land on heads. For the second coin, the same thing occurs. It could land on tails or it could land on heads. We're going to write out all of the possible outcomes into a set that looks like this. Your first coin is flipped. It could be a tails. When your second coin is flipped, it could also be a tails. That's one option of your total possible outcomes. Another option is you have tails on the first flip and heads on your second flip. It's also possible that on the first flip that you are going to start with a heads, and on the second flip you get tails. And then the last option that it could possibly be, we could have a heads for the first coin and a heads for the second coin. That is all of the possibilities that we could end up with using two fair coins. We're going to be using the formula P equals desire over total. We're going to put this into our answer area. For the bottom number, for the total, we need to know how many total outcomes are there. There's 4 total outcomes. What we want to find out is what is the probability of showing heads first and tail second? Head first and tails second. Heads first, tails second. There's only one possible outcome. So that one is going to go right there. For question number 2, let's write out our total sets. We know that P is going to equal desired over total. For our answer, we're also going to have P equals a fraction. Find the probability of showing either heads or tails, but not both. All right, again, we have 4 total outcomes. We have 4. What is the probability of showing either heads or tails, but not both. But not both. Of showing either heads or tails, either heads or tails. We have two possible outcomes. So that two goes right there. For this question here, find the probability of not showing either heads or tails on both coins. All right, let's start by writing out our sets. We know that our formula is P equals desired over total. We're going to repeat that process over on our answer. We know that the total is 4. We have 4 possible outcomes. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to find out what is the probability of not showing either heads or tails on both coins, that are not showing either heads or tails on both coins. Keyword, both coins. So not showing on both coins. We only have a possibility of 2. We have 2 out of 4 possibilities. These two questions basically ask the same thing. They're just worded differently. All right, let's try this question down here. We're going to write out our total sets. And we know that P equals total on the bottom, desired on top. Let's copy that out right here. Let's get our equation ready. We know that we have a total of 4 possible outcomes. Find the probability of showing either head or tails on the second coin. Heads or tails on the second coin. Heads or tails on the second coin. There's 4 total possibilities. So we're going to put that 4 on the top. All right, let's take a look at the final question here. Let's write out our set. Let's write down our formula. And then here we're going to set our equation up. We know that our total is 4. Now let's find the desired number. Find the probability of showing either head on the first coin or tail on the second coin. All right, let's find those. Find all the probabilities of showing head on the first coin, head on the first coin, or tails on the second coin. For this equation, we have a total of 3 desired possible outcomes. So that number 3 goes on the top. Congratulations! If you stuck with me, we have just finished page 43. I'll see you on page 44.